Ugh, go, man, I'm tired from work. Time to do a different type of work, but not really because it's fun. Okay. Pretty boring row. Slig Farmer Espionage, meh. Third position's not that exciting either. I think we just go Leto here. I mean, everything else is pretty dull. Problem is, Baron's going to go ahead of us. Right? No, we go ahead of Baron. Yeah, Leto. Good old Vivkey69. That's how you know it's a man on the other end of that screen. Okay. I like Yuna, and I would have been happy playing Yuna. It's just third position, you're not going to get smuggling. You probably don't get wealth either. You might. You might get wealth, but I basically would have to rely on second position going double fold space in order to get what I want. This hand is too much. It's a great hand, but it's doing too much. So, like, we need to play Signet Ring. We also want to play one faction. If we want to play Seek Allies here so that we still have 5 Persuasion, it's an important cutoff point. The combat is pretty good. And Baron's going next. So we Hardy Warriors. That way we'll still have 5 when the reveal turn comes. We could go to Arakeen. I don't think it makes a whole lot of sense. I think this is a pretty clear-cut case of Imperial Base and Signet Ring. Truth be told. Next round is kind of when we're going to feel the pain. We'll have no persuasion. We'll have pretty much really pretty weak access. Early reveals. After only one action on Yuna to get Kinds. Okay. Organ Merchants is kind of interesting. I feel like the card's not worth 3 persuasion, but it's not bad. Like, Organ Merchants plus Jamis would be perfectly acceptable. Although I prefer a cool 5-coster. Go up on Guild. No deployment, please. As double cities is impossible, so we're not worried about that. And honestly, second place in the combat's not bad either, so... And he does get 2 intrigues out of this, which is kind of concerning. Yeah. Okay, 4 and 2 daggers. Probably picks up the other memory. Ooh. Well, do we want to blow the row up? Because we're not getting Jessica. I suppose it could happen in round 3, but it's not happening in round 1. It's not happening in round 2. And power play is boring. Jamis Organ Merchants I kind of like. Kind of like these two. My problem is, I don't know, man. I mean, surely we could get a really cool card if we use the detonation token. This is not optimal, but this is what I want to do. Yep, there we go. Okay, so there's a voice live, so we have to be very careful. So we cash out on smuggling. We don't get there. It's not enough. We end up 1 Solari short. So we ought to go up, actually. We can go Mintat. Probably shouldn't, but we could. We can go to any city we want, or we could play experimentation again, but we probably don't want to do that either. Not excited about Slig Farmer, to be honest. Industrial Espionage either. I'd kind of just rather wait for the other players to churn the row a bit before I buy anything. I could reveal last if I went to Mintat. Does he do the up-down? Oh, he does. So he's going to beat me to it next round. So we guess we do Mintat here, then. Convincing's good to have, but we might not be able to use it here. We could go to 5 Persuasion by hitting Tech Negotiation. The problem is, the number to be at is not 5, but 6. Better to go to just Eric Keen, I think. Because we don't want to let Baron win this combat with 1 troop, but currently that's what they're doing. Now, I'm sure Yuna goes to one of the... No, she doesn't. Okay. So, yeah, we gotta go to a combat space now. Wow, okay, Paul's got a good start. Well, it's a 5, but it's not a good 5. Talaxu Master is strong enough to draw that I think Arakeen is better than Carthag here. I don't know, because Intrigue card could help us win the combat. What's Baron's dagger status? It's got none. No, not that. We don't know what the row's going to look like, so it might be good to draw. Signet ring. Okay. At worst, we get 2 spice out of this, which is pretty decent. I was hoping to draw the Master. Maybe I should have just gone to Carthag. We'll see. I mean, maybe there's a good 4-coster. You never know what the row's going to look like. Okay, I would definitely take Face Dancer here. That's an improvement, although I think Paul would end up taking it before me. Yeah, didn't last very long. It's a good card. Twisted Mentat. I would wait for that. So there's nothing really at 4. I guess we buy a Liaison. We could buy Weirding Way. There's a chance we draw it and we can infiltrate Sword Master. Let's try it out. Could be pretty good. You never know. Because if we draw it now, what we can do is go smuggling, boom, instant hit Swordmaster, which would be pretty strong. Hey, we drew it. That's awesome. Okay, so take the extra turn. Recall. Up with guild. Troops. End turn. Go up with Emperor is harder to jump on, so Emperor. Now, we did lose one of the benefits of Swordmaster, which is that we are going to have to reveal before anyone else, but certainly I think it was worth it. What do we take diplomacy to? Probably just fold space here. Wealth is also good. We get a discount on all the spaces. That's enough to hit Dreadnought, actually. We already have spice. But we have no water. And things are starting to pile up. So why don't we go to Still Suits? Do we deploy units here? Well, I don't think so. Goes for the shuttle fleet, which is pretty cool. New tech Chimerky. Now that we have the Weirding Way, it's in our interest to pick up BG combo cards. The Talaxu Master can get us 2 Scarab, or 2 Specimens, which we can use to get the Twisted Mentat 3 rounds. Yeah, I probably did. Do we buy a liaison? I don't think so. Let's get that Twisted Mentat, huh? Do we replace the Convincing with a Liaison? I think we do. Because the Twisted Mentat kind of needs stuff to get grafted to. I guess they have the same access. Maybe I shouldn't have. I don't know. We'll see. Persuasion is always going to be good. Paul's still going to beat me in Interstellar every round. But Baron's going to beat him next round. There's a BG combo card. I don't think we'll get it. There's a BG combo card. I also don't think we'll get it. This Quid Pro could be pretty good. We need to put more faction in our deck to make it happen, though. We only have diplomacy, so we ought to probably try to hit fold space a little bit more often. Assuming we can't get, like, the Truthsayer or something. This is not a great card. We could mulligan it out, but I have had good results with it with Leto in the past. Leto's already pretty good at stealing alliances. He should take these two. Yeah. Bummer. Bummer, bummer. Row kind of stinks now, to be honest. But hey, at least we have enough spice to buy Chimerky. And we actually have room for the intrigues, believe it or not. Next hand's kind of all of our trash, but whatever. We had a very good round. Hard for me to complain. One other benefit to hitting Still Suits there is now we have Siege Tabor access. Nobody has 2 water, so we could hit Siege Tabor and then hit the big ol' Spice Bonanza. Which with the quid pro quo is not bad, but it's better, I think, to hit Imperial Basin if somehow it's still around. Well, Yuna goes Swordmaster, and Paul probably goes Interstellar. I think Baron's going Interstellar, then Yuna goes Swordmaster. Oh, this guy. That's kind of nasty, actually. At least I'm not the one getting voiced, I guess. Yeah, that's pretty nasty. So Yuna goes to Still Suits, but she only has 1 water. And she has to play Kinds to do it. Not exactly ideal. Paul takes the Guild Alliance. Should I smuggle? Smuggling is valuable to every other player in this game. Nah, we need to take the Imperial Basin. So, in the abstract, the Scarab is more valuable. But what I'm wondering about is what the long-term better path is. I think this is still probably overall better. Let's get the Scarab. Yuna might consider using her ring here, but she does have priority on Swordmaster next round. So she might not. I think my next play is to go to tech negotiation unless I'm prevented. She just locks up the Emperor Alliance. I say locks up. I mean, with Leto in the game, it's not really a lockup. It's more like she's going to have that for a long time. Probably forever, but not guaranteed. Top of the deck is Experimentation. Now, Yuna has 2 more troops from that, so she can go back and... Actually, she can't. She's out of actions because she doesn't have a Swordmaster. Very nice. Very nice. There's not really a higher-end tech besides Chimerky that I would want. Hollow Projectors is nice, but we don't have any unload. Chimerky's overall just going to be better. Their hands are starting to fill up with intrigues. Peddler's Union, okay. Got it. Let's go ahead and see what Chimerky has in store for us. Okay. It's not hard for me to get. Actually, just basically a free point, actually. This one is pretty bad, but you never know what might come along. Invasion ships. If somebody flips and in the shadows for a brief second, I can probably snag it, you know? Quit buying intrigues, you big old jerk. Doesn't have combat intrigues or else he would have gone in this. 2 daggers from Yuna. Hmm. Okay. Can still beat her with a city, but if she has combat intrigues, she can stop me. This row, the row's frozen. Why won't they use their atomics tokens? So Arakeen keeps me at 4 persuasion. Gives me an extra specimen. Hypothetically makes it easier for me to draw back into Talaxu Master. Carthag puts me at theft range, but I could always just burn the bypass protocol to get out of that jam. Wouldn't really want to, but I could. Spice Trader's okay, but not great. Okay. Not a combat card, but close enough that I'll go in on this, and I'm going to go ahead and glimpse so I don't get... Just in case somebody has, like, you know, pull an agent back kind of card. And besides, we'll still be at 4 persuasion, so it's not the end of the world. And for, you know, Fremen, or not Fremen Trader, Spice Trader is better than nothing. Like it's an improvement on the deck. It might be worth picking up Dr. Yu actually. Card draw is not too bad to have here. Let's, you know what? Let's bypass protocol him and see if we can reveal a better card to buy. Conspiracy. Well, we just don't have any cards to go with that. So I think we're just going to reveal for nothing here, unfortunately. Yeah, Spice Trader is fine. That's the card I was looking for, actually. Too late now. Feels pretty good to win a combat by 1 dagger. Yuna does not play games with this Swordmaster right now. Our priority should be to get to High Council seat. We gotta have it for the puppet anyway, so we might as well get it sooner rather than later. We only need 4 Solari to use it, though. Invasion ships. Pretty good for Paul, actually. Ordnance is good for us. If we could find 2 spice, we could conspire. So I'm thinking maybe Haga Basin Experimentation is the first play. This is efficient, and we have the water, so I think we should open with this. Get another spice. I think that's the play. What did invasion ships replace? Oh yeah, ordnance. Ordnance is good. You know, we could just go Dr. Yu to Carthag, draw a card, get a Solari. Gives us enough for Mintat, works us towards the High Council. It's not bad. Oh, Baron's at 4. Okay, change of plans. We're going to secrets. He's our leading opponent. Secret Forces is not great, but we will get a chance to use it. Um, yeah, it's not great. If we get in the combat, we can spend the vicious talent so we don't get stolen from. We want 5 persuasion. I don't think I can make that happen. Maybe Dr. Yuta Erkin could make it happen. Yeah, it's probably pretty decent odds. Dagger to tech negotiation, buy holo projectors, maybe. I don't think that makes a whole lot of sense. We flip Dr. Yu, right? And if we find a 2, we get it. Convincing is not it. I guess Talaxu Master would also do it. A 2 or Talaxu Master. So, you know, 1, 2, 3. So like a one-third chance, basically. She got Spice Must Flow. Very nice. I guess she's got the kinds. I forgot about that. That's kind of good because it means that she's probably going to end up buying these crappy Fremen cards that nobody else wants. So we think Dr. Yuta Erkin then. Put the troop in just for the Solari. Burn the Vicious Talents for 4 daggers. Maybe we win it. I think I like that. I don't like the idea that I might draw the Twisted Mentat, but it's okay. Alright, that option is off the table. And I'm not winning the combat either. Carthag is dangerous. Truthfully. We certainly won't get Embedded Agent going there. So do we change our plans and go to get the holo projectors? I don't know that it's worth it. Let's just go to Carthag. Machine Culture. Talaxu Master. Interesting. That means we can mulligan one of the intrigues. Machine Culture, I kind of don't want to spend, actually, because I think we have 7 spice. Like, it's very likely that we could be able to accomplish that objective. What about Disposal Facility? Well, we don't have the 7. So he's probably going to get the Embedded Agent. Yeah, he's deck building like a monster. So we didn't get to the Embedded Agent. That's done. Let's open with the reveal. Let's do the research. I want to go ahead and mulligan an intrigue. I think it ought to be Quid Pro. No, I said mulligan the intrigue. I feel like that was pretty clear, but I guess it didn't. Mulligan the Quid Pro. There we go. And that draws me also into the... Okay, so that's 2 more daggers in the combat. And then we take the other research. And I guess we take a Scarab. Problem with that is it gives us an intrigue, but so be it. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is getting a little extra. We could take Interstellar Conspiracy for 2 persuasion. We just don't really have any cards that work with it. I guess Death Commando is a Fremen card. Let's take it out of the way. Get out of the way. And then... Can we get anything with Machine Culture that's worth it? Probably not. We're gonna get stolen from, even if we spend it. So there's no point. Gotta get out of our hand. Having the Mentat's not horrible either, honestly. Yeah, we get another intrigue from the combat. Good lord. I've noticed that this version of the game has a lot more intrigues flying around. So we basically need one Solari. Yeah, we get stolen from. Takes the Study Melange. That's a bummer. We still have the puppet, though, and we still have the machine culture. His deck's a lot better than ours. Definitely a liability going forward. Deck is Recon Experimentation. Cannon Turret's not horrible. It could help against Baron. We kind of need a water here. Blocks High Council. Given that he doesn't have enough money for High Council, that's kind of a weird play. But we have enough money for High Council ourselves, actually, now. I don't know how this game is going to turn out. We don't have Allied Armada because we don't have an alliance. I don't know that we're going to be able to get one for a while. We can fight Paul and BG, but it's going to be dangerous. Okay. We're not going for this combat. Don't even deploy on this. Why did he block High Council? That's so weird. Wonder if Paul's going research station. Did we lose the research station card? Or the High Council card? No, we lost the other one. I guess we should have popped the Study Melange for a spice. 3 different people at 4 more intrigues is crazy. I mean, yeah, they just injected 2 extra intrigue cards for every player into the game on this track. It's an in-game point for Paul we have to consider, but he already spent it, so actually it's not. Also, look how caked up these factions are. Good lord. Damn it. Okay, that's fine. We'll go research station instead. We wanted to do that anyway, so do this to that. Draw a third card because we finished the research track, and recall our agent that we sent. It's a shame our deck sucks. Takes the spice. Ordnance. Okay, well, we can use the machine culture to buy mimic orders. But why do we have to do that? We can just get mimic orders, right? Blows up the row. Not really any good cards for Paul, honestly. I mean, Replacement Eyes is good, Nesmar is good. They're all fine, just not anything worth 8 is all. So do we cash out? I think we do, because we can use Machine Culture to steal BG Alliance. Which we need for the Allied Armada. We do have a Firming card in play, but I just don't think there's a whole lot to be gained from placing in this combat. Talaxi Master is good to have. We could actually use that to put, like, Replacement Eyes in our hand. Okay, just kidding. We could use that to put Esmar in our hand. Or we could just buy Esmar because we revealed it for 2-card draw. Could buy Artillery. Hit Dreadnought. But then we don't have enough Solari anymore. We don't have great options here, to be honest. This is the thing we can do with the Talaxi Master. Could take Death Commando to trash a dagger. It's not awful. It's not great. It's just kind of whatever. Okay, we're going to have a lot of persuasion at least. You know, we can take first, second, third from Yuna, but why do we care about that? Just a spice. We don't need it. Let's keep our troops. I guess we could take second too by cannon turreting Baron. That's just not the play. So draw. Dagger. Okay. Draw. It's convincing. Okay, so we get to 7 basically. Planned coupling is just plain good. I think it's too late for Esmar. Let's go Smuggler's Thopter and add the planned coupling. We have Highliner access next round. We go first. So yeah, planned coupling, I think. But you know what? We might want to play... Well, let's do it. We kind of want to play Secrets first, honestly. He didn't draw into BG. Nobody else has enough for Highliner. So... And we steal so many cards here. Counterattack, staged incident, breakthrough. Play the breakthrough. I don't think we play the counterattack. I think we just pass. Yes, Paul can infiltrate secrets, but I'm not too worried about it. And now Baron has Highliner access. Stage Incident is pretty good. We still need to hit High Council. Do with our ring. If Paul wants to discard a card to hit secrets, that's on him. He'll only steal from me. There's a decent number of stuff in here that's not worth having. He's pushing it. I don't know what he's got. I mean, he already had one entry card that gave him a bump on BG. Neither of them can afford High Council, so I should do other things, like Dr. UA. Arakeen, probably the best of those things. We get an SMF most likely if we play the Thopter. But again, we still kind of need a High Council seat. But that won't get us the Spice Mist Flow. Well, we could play the Talaxu Puppet to get a point, which is basically the same as the other one on here. I don't know what he's planning with this. Because he has two factions he could have gone up on for points, you know? Okay. Do this. Keep the secret forces in our hand. It's not very good. And I think Paul's going to try to go back to secrets. Artillery. Okay. So maybe we should just play the puppet to get out of our hand. If we get stolen, we lose a point. Yeah, he's going back to secrets. Takes the cannon turrets. Okay, I can live with that. So Paul's got 14 strength in the combat. If we counterattack... So but he's really, because he stole the cannon turrets, he's got at least 16. We counterattack, we go to 12. And then we have 7 that we can jump ahead of him. Should we just go ahead and play the puppet? It's a Spice Must Flow. We're probably not going to redraw. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Paul will move before us next round, so he'll be able to take that back in all likelihood. We kind of want to use the Allied Armada now. Right now, we would tie. He just has to play his cannon turrets. Doesn't really work. So let's stage incident, I guess. I mean, we can't beat him in the combat. Point of the market. Well, that makes me glad that I got the Spice Must Flow. I have a lot of spice. Way more than I need. But because I'm going to lose BG, I'm not going to be able to use the Allied Armada. I think we want a Twisted Mentat to Mentat. Good news is Paul can't steal our intrigues. The bad news is he's going to steal our alliance. Stealing that cannon turrets may have cost us the combat, actually. So it's pretty painful when somebody can infiltrate this space. But I've stolen enough intrigues at this point. I don't need to feel too bad about it. With Mimic Orders also, it's 3 factions, so it's going to be tough. Probably don't get it. Now, Paul goes ahead of us. At least we have Chimurki. In our deck lies our planned coupling, which we don't really need. Talaxu Master and Liaison. We don't have enough faction. That's the problem. We don't have any... The other problem is we don't have any water. We just really wanted to hit Highliner and couldn't. I guess we could have last round instead of going to Secrets. I don't know. Maybe that was the better play. It might not even be possible for us to get a SMF this round. Arakine's kind of one of the spaces we need. Baron's probably not far off from being able to buy 3 points on this. Do the techs help me here? Not really. No, they don't. Experimentation does draw cards, so that's a plus. As does planned coupling. Okay, that's annoying. We probably get it if we can draw a Talaxu Master. But there's only one space we can send Experimentation to right now. So let's... Well, we can also do this. Yeah, let's Weirding Wave this. Take our second turn. This lets me Mentat is the thing, which could matter. 4 more spice does not matter. I'd like to put a space travel in my hand, but if I do that, I'm definitely not getting a Spice Must Flow. As long as I draw a card that has Persuasion on it from the Talaxu Master, I do get an SMF. Didn't even get the first Scarab point. It's going to be a close one. We can't use the Allied Armada, so I don't think we're going to be able to do anything with the combat, unfortunately. Chmurky's kind of the thing we have going on our corner, plus corner of the market. Corner. Anyway. We could go back to Carthag if we wanted to be brave. And you never know. If we go to Carthag, we're almost certainly not going to win the combat. Or get the SMF. And that's 2 points in the margin from CTM, so I don't think we can do that. We could put the Port Intrigue in our hand and then play it and mulligan the Allied Armada. I just don't think that that works either. I think we have to early reveal. There's even a chance we don't get the SMF early revealing. Nope, we do. So, get that. Now our corner of the market's worth 2 points and we win tiebreakers. And you know what? The 3 daggers didn't hurt either, although we're not going to get second. Do we have 2 points from corner of the market, though? How many SMFs does everybody else have? 0. 1 now. 2 from Una. We don't get the second one. So we're actually only at 10 points. Which means if Paul can get second in this combat, he can beat me. Demand respect does not actually cause him to end the game. So we have to keep going. So I'm sitting at 11. But we're just living in the afterlife of this one. Grand Vision, well, the alliances aren't really in play anyway. The good news is, the game going on longer, my odds of being able to hit my Mimic Orders is higher. Signet Ring accounts for at least 1. Diplomacy could be a second. I get it Research Station if I hit Siege Tabor, but then I don't think I actually get that because I think one of the other players is going to hit in Research Station before me. So what are we doing with our Signet Ring? Just Arakeen? And we have so much spice that we can't use for anything. Because the techs are just kind of blocked up. Get selective. I don't know about that one. Thing is, we have 3 specimens, but we need 6 in order to hit the scarab point. Three specimens just doesn't do it. I think we're going to be 1 bump short of Mimic Orders. We also don't have an SMF currently. I don't know if we're on track to win this game or lose this game, though. It's so close. Without the Mimic Orders point, I think we're losing. So maybe we need to go to Carthag or something. If we're not getting Mimic Orders point, the best thing we can do with our spice is selective breeding, right? Trash, just a 0 persuasion card, so like dagger, I guess. Okay, that's back to 9. Lose Carthag. Yuna steals a point from Baron. Does that matter? Maybe. She's probably getting an SMF, so she's at 11, most likely. It's gonna come down to intrigue points, and I don't have the big one, you know. Yeah, Paul's at 12 right now. So there's not any 0 persuasion cards besides the SMF. So if we graft planned coupling to like an SMF, or like to an experimentation, probably is better. Problem is, if we graft it to experimentation, we're sure we draw an extra card, but if we draw that SMF, we're kind of in trouble, right? So it's true no matter what we graft to. Draw the SMF, we're in trouble if we don't also draw a 2 persuasion card. We have 1, 2 of those. Probably the smart play is just reveal. Graft to Dr. Yu is a card draw as well. Let's take risks. That is a good risk. It's a very good risk. We did draw the SMF, but because we drew the liaison, we are okay. There's the tech I wanted. Again, Shamarki might bail us out here. We'll see. We're going to get a scarab point, and I think that's going to put us over the edge. Problem is, Yuna's going to buy an SMF, which means that we're not going to get the second corner of the market point, I don't think. We just have an obscene amount of spice, so the Shamarki doesn't really matter. Hopefully she trashed one of hers. Mulligan's an intrigue. Paul not having an SMF is good. We needed that. So, buy the Scarab. Buy the SMF. Currently, we're at 14 points with Shamarki. Looking good so far. What was the point of that? She doesn't have the alliance. She can't use the reveal. She does get the SMF, though, so I don't get the second point. So now I'm at 13. So depending on what intrigues are, I can still lose. Seems unlikely, though. But there's going to be more intrigues distributed now. If Baron wins the combat, Yuna's going to feel pretty dumb about this. Point for Paul. Plans and then plans for Yuna. Grand Conspiracy for Paul. Tiebreaker for Paul. CTM for me. I think I win on Chimurky. Yep. 19 Spice Chimurky. Oh my god. That's awesome. $19 Spice Chimurky. He had an awesome deck. So, plans and then plans, 2 points for Yuna. And she had 10 Spice, but she would have lost with 10 Spice to Paul, who had that tiebreaker card. And Grand Conspiracy for 1 point. We didn't get the second CTM point, but that is all we needed. Economic Supremacy, Siege of Carthage, 4 Influence tracks, 3 SMFs. We tied her. Tied her at 3. If only we had been able to get High Council a little bit earlier, we probably would have won by a healthier margin. Chimurky is a good tech. It's worth picking up early. I didn't get the Mimic Quarters point, unfortunately. Probably because I fought too hard on BG, but it honestly looked like I could win that BG fight. I don't remember what he did to tip the scales. Besides have invasion ships, obviously. I mean, I know he had the intrigue card that put him up on BG, Secret of Sisterhood, but he had something else too. Interesting that you can have a Talaxu Master and still not get the second point from the Scarab track. I don't think it was Strong Arm. It was something else. That got played at the very end here. When all the intrigues came flooding out. Yeah, we saw the plans and plans, Grand Conspiracy, and the Corner of the Market. So many intrigue cards went out this game that they all ended up in play. I don't know that if Twisted Mentat even helps me that much this game. I feel like maybe it didn't. It might not have been worth it. Obviously, the MVP card was Talaxu Master. This was really essential. I wish that I had been able to play it for its agent box more often, but we had a dead row a lot of the time, so didn't end up happening. The Weirding Way thing was pretty cool, I have to say. That was probably the play of the game. And it was nice that Death Commando gave me 3 daggers last round, because that ended up winning me that 1 point. You know, with a finish this razor thin, it's hard to say. Anyway, I'm gonna say the MVP was Talaxu Master and call it a day here. Thanks for watching, guys.